King Charles holds multiple royal titles, one of which is the Seigneur of the Swans. Since the 12th century, the British monarchy has had the right to claim ownership of all unmarked mute swans in open waters across the UK. Each July, the Royal Swan Marker, currently David Barber, and his team participate in an ancient tradition called Swan Upping, a 5-day annual census of the swan population along a 79-mile stretch of the River Thames from Sunbury-on-Thames to Abingdon. On July 19, King Charles' team posted a video of this year's Swan Upping event on the royal family's official social media. The footage showed the Swan Upping team in traditional skiffs adorned with flags and oars, carrying King Charles' royal cipher to signify they were working on behalf of the monarch. The annual Swan Upping on the River Thames concluded today. The caption read, "The week-long flotilla of traditional Thames rowing boats, called skiffs, record the census and health of the swan population over a 130 kilometers route." For the occasion, Barber wore a red jacket with a patch identifying him as His Majesty's Swan Marker, and a cap with a white feather. Historically, British monarchs claimed the right to cook and eat the swans at lavish royal feasts. Today, Swan Upping focuses on conservation and education. When swan uppers encounter a family of swans with cygnets, someone shouts, "All up," and the team gathers the birds to lift them from the water. The swans and cygnets have their feet or wings tied before being taken to the riverbank to be weighed, measured, and checked for signs of illness or injury, often caused by fishing hooks and lines. Barber previously told people, the whole process, as long as there's no serious injury on the swans, takes about 20 minutes. All the young cygnets and adult birds have to be released together as the cygnets will get lost otherwise. So you have to be very, very careful. You face the cygnet to the parent bird, and then they will go off in the water together. Although the process is short, it can be challenging. Swans are large birds that weigh up to 15 kilograms, 33 pounds, Barber explained. They have a wingspan of approximately 2.5 meters, 8.2 feet, so they are a very large bird to deal with. They are heavy to get out of the water and, of course, they flap around quite a bit too. It's worth doing because if we didn't, the population of swans would just gradually disappear, added the Swan Marker. In recent years, the Swan Upping census has shown a considerable downturn in cygnet numbers due to the loss of many breeding pairs during the outbreak of avian influenza, according to the Swan Marker's website. In 2023, the number of cygnets weighed, measured, and given a health check between Sunbury-on-Thames and Abingdon Bridge was 94 compared to 155 in 2022. This disappointing downturn in numbers was anticipated due to the severity of the outbreak of avian influenza in autumn-winter 2022 that caused the deaths of many thousands of swans throughout the country, and many hundreds on the River Thames, they continued. In spite of these extraordinarily difficult circumstances, we were pleased to note the majority of cygnets that were given a health check were in very good condition. No royal family members attended this July Swan Upping event, which is common most years, but a notable guest attended in 2009, Queen Elizabeth, the then Seigneur of the Swans. The Queen visited Swan Upping in 2009, Barber told People. She came along and was very interested in all the processes that we were doing. Asked lots of questions. Met lots of children. Princess Anne also visited in 2018, and Barber recalled, she actually went in my rowing skiff and sat next to me as we rowed up the river. She took a lot of interest in it all.